Welcome to The Sound, KQAL FM's weekly behind-the-scenes look at Midwestern-made music. From writing and recording to distribution and promotion, The Sound is your source for new releases and exclusive interviews from Midwestern artists. Support for The Sound is made possible by a grant from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Rolling. Tonight on The Sound, we have Winona's own Karate Chop Silence with us to talk about their brand new album titled Lightninging. Lightninging is the band's first full-length album since releasing No MSG in 2018. After several years of hard work and road testing the tunes on various local stages, the album is finally here. So tonight, you're in for a treat, because these masters of silent karate and loud music are astute students of modern radio, and for about the next hour, they're gonna own the airwaves. So kick back as KQAL's Isaac Yanta waxes on and off with Karate Chop Silence with their brand new album, Lightninging, tonight on The Sound.
It's the bottom of the ninth, I'm swinging. I've got one in my bed, two in my head, three in my phone. It's a force of habit, more so classic, it just happens. To be wrong, but if wrong feels right, I might pipe up. I quite like to strike a conversation and persuade you to my place, and let's get it on. I'd rather make a brighter you. You'd rather leave despite the truth. The feeling's taking over you. The fire's burning brighter. So let me take you home. Yeah, and let's get it on. Yeah, let's get it on.
That was Pop Song from Karate Chop Silence right here in Winona, Minnesota. You're listening to 89.5 KQAL's The Sound. Karate Chop Silence is brought to our ears by Ryan Amble, Jake Nielsen, otherwise known as Neil, Dante DeGrazia, and Mason Smith. And we have all four of the lovely gentlemen in the studio with us tonight. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. I'm also known as Riano Keeves.
Riano Keeves.
Yeah, just so that we have it out there.
You need to change your name every time so that I don't know what to call you.
Exactly. Well, after the next song, I'll let you know what they call me.
Perfect.
There's also technically only three of us here.
Right. Yeah. We have Jake Nielsen calling in from Minneapolis.
I'm on the scene in Minneapolis right now, and I'm telling you, it does not look good.
Thank you, Jake. And back to us. You guys just came out with your brand new album, Lightninging. It's available everywhere right now on all streaming services. We're kind of in the future right now.
Yeah,
it's out there.
Wow.
And you've been working on this album for a while. How's it feel? How's it feel to kind of have it done and dusted out for the public?
It's a relief.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, our first album was in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Flash forward, back, nice, sick reference. To now, it's 2021, and our second album's coming out. But we have the third album. We were just recording that before we came here. So
for real?
We're on the roll now.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I was gonna say when I was listening to the album that it's weird listening to it and then singing along, because you guys have been playing these songs for a little bit now.
Yeah.
Around Winona and beyond. And so it's cool to hear them produced and all mixed out and ready to go. It's exciting. Let's get to another song here. Let's get to the second track on the album. This is Flowers on the Mountain. You guys have any little tidbits, any fun things to say about Flowers on the Mountain before we get into it?
This is a Dante song.
That's a me song. Well, no, it's all of us. But I wrote the words for this one. It really is about flowers on the mountain. I imagine a bunch of flowers walking up a mountain and what would be going through their head.
Sweet.
But
I also
it's up
think,
for interpretation.
You were talking about how most of these songs are pretty familiar with anybody who's come to our shows, but if I'm correct, we've only played this song live once, and that was at Midwest Music Fest in 2019.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and there are a couple where I was like, ooh, brand new to my ears. But yeah. Awesome. Well, this is a brand new one then to anyone who wasn't at Midwest 2019. You're listening to it on 89.5 KQAL, Flowers on the Mountain. We have Karate Chop Silence. Stick with us. We'll be right back. That was Flowers on the Mountain from Karate Chop Silence right here in Winona, Minnesota. You're listening to 89.5 KQAL, and we have Karate Chop Silence in the studio with us tonight on this lovely Wednesday evening. You guys, let's go back to the beginning here. How did you guys meet in lovely Winona? I know you all met here. That much I know for sure. And what got Karate Chop going?
Well, this is me, Mason. You can't see my face, but this is me talking.
Rihanna, if you're confused.
The radio. But Dante and I went to high school together, and we jammed a couple times, and then he went to Luther College, and I went to Winona State, where I met Jake Nielsen through my fraternity, Sig Tall. But we were just buddies there, and my sophomore year, Ryan is a year younger, so him and I were in jazz band together. We'd always get there. The only class we ever arrived early to was jazz band, and we'd just jam before Rich got in and yelled at us.
Oh yeah, Rich McDonald.
Shout out Rich, good guy.
Yeah.
But so it kind of started there, and I asked Ryan if he wanted to be in a band, and he said yes. So I called up Dante, and Dante was like, "Well, sure." And then Neil had made a post on Facebook, like very, very. What do you call that? What do you call that? Where it's like
good timing.
Good timing, but it starts with an S, maybe.
Serendipitous.
Yes,
wow.
Neil.
Yeah.
A very serendipitous, Facebook post where he was explaining how he hadn't played bass and he really missed being in a band. So I just asked him if he wanted to play bass for us, and that's what formed it.
That's serendipitous indeed.
Cut that, Brian. Cut it.
But we're going to leave that part out, and we're going to go back to the origin stories. That's awesome. Let's see here.
every once in a while that post comes up on Facebook and I get to share it and get an incredible amount of likes because people are like, oh, this is where it started.
Right.
Oh my God, I was there on Facebook when it happened.
I also have a Facebook. That's awesome.
Historical archive.
What did my comments say?
I think you're just like, call me.
Nice.
Cool.
Very official.
Yeah.
The birth right there.
Call me right now, please.
What year was that around? Was that like 2016? 20...
Yeah, like late. It had to be 2016 because that was over like that summer.
It was the summer that we moved in together.
Yeah, Ryan and I moved in together, and we were practicing in my bedroom, which is like maybe the
Small.
size of the studio
okay.
here.
And we lived with 3 other dudes
Nice.
in a very small apartment.
Got the full drum kit in there
A
going.
somehow 5-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But yeah, Ryan set up his drums in my closet, my very spacious closet.
That was a very spacious closet.
It was
Drum
And
set
then,
style closet.
yeah, Neil was somewhere around in there. I was by the door, and Dante was just kind of like plopped in the middle of the bedroom.
Beautiful. And your first album came out in 2018. You already said that. No MSG. Did you guys record that in? Because that one you guys recorded yourself, did you not?
We recorded it with the help of Andy Bauer at the old, was that Tree Dome or Back of Some or something? It was kind of in the transitionary phase, right?
It was
Oh, right, the jujitsu and all that on 3rd Street down there.
Coincidence? I think not.
Ah.
yeah.
They said, "Who's that band in there? Karate Chop." Wow.
Oh, I better
Here's our
start a
next move.
dojo.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. And then the lightning, not the lightning, lightning. You guys recorded that at Carpet Booth, right?
We recorded we had
That
just
was-
had it mixed at Carpet Booth. We recorded that on
okay.
our own.
Gotcha. Oh, so not even in a studio then. That one you guys
Yeah.
No.
Oh, we sent
So-
it off to
Right.
Carpet Booth to get mixed and
mixing it
mastered.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, I got my information from YouTube from Trouble Talk, so I'm way off. There goes half of my questions for the interview.
We lied about
Okay, it's over.
Yeah. So, well, there's a transition over to YouTube. I was watching Trouble Talk, and you guys got a lot of good videos on there. I love the smoking marijuana music video that you guys made. But then Treedom helped you guys make the official music video for Trouble Talk, and that was at Carpet Booth, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
we
so-
we lied a little about where that got recorded. I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, just a little fib.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say in the video, everybody go check it out on YouTube. You can just search Karate Chop Silence, and you'll get to see all these lovely nuggets of content. There's the 138 days at Carpet Booth. So I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together and say it wasn't quite 138.
No.
so many more.
So many more.
So many more.
Well, yeah. In it, you guys are kind of going crazy. I know Jake, or Neil, as he likes to go by, is in front of a TV that's not there.
Mhm.
You got Dante having a relationship with Ariana's cutout. So
I hate to break it to you, but that part was also a lie.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he was really watching TV. We just CGI'd it out.
Let's turn that into a wall. couple extra $100 will make it happen. That's awesome.
Couple thousand.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say how accurate was that, but we kind of answered that question.
Time wise,
Previously.
pretty accurate.
Sure.
In
Yeah.
terms of us like making the album, but
In terms of the scale, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
also fairly indicative of like our mental state.
Mhm.
yeah, that's very true. This album is a very major relief to
Right.
have out there and no longer in our hands.
Kind of be able to get on to the next chapter, the next thing.
Hmm.
Well, that's awesome. Well, let's listen to that song. That's Trouble Talk. You can watch the official music video on YouTube. And then I just had a question. It sounds like a sax solo in that song, but is it clarinet?
It's saxophone.
It is,
We
okay.
just to add to the insanity of
Yeah,
it.
I was
it's
watching
a
the video
guy playing
yesterday.
clarinet.
Yeah, I was like, well, that doesn't sound like a clarinet.
That's our buddy Sean, also known as Topo.
Okay.
You can follow him. We play with him as Doug Boodle as well, so
Awesome.
he's a good cat to follow.
Sweet. Well, let's take a listen to that beautiful clarinet solo at the end of Trouble Talk. You're listening to Karate Chop Silence's brand new song off their brand new album, Lightninging, Trouble Talk on 89.5 KQAL's The Sound.
lost trouble talk. I'm misleading and mistaken in my head. I'm speaking clearly, but you're checked out. Only so much you can say, and so much you can mediate, darling. You know all about the little stars in my eyes, but the stories only happen when you catch them just right. I'm about to break. Sleep is getting on my case, slipping in and out of shape. If I could only flip my hours, or you'd only stay up late, you'd find me at my highest in my happy place. With only so much you can say, and so much you can mediate, darling. You know all about the little stars in my eyes, but the stories only.
That was Trouble Talk, Karate Chop Silence's new song off their new album Lightninging, available everywhere now, anywhere you get your music, that is. You're listening to 89.5 KQAL's The Sound. I have Karate Chop Silence in the studio with us today. Ryan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
The Pikachu outfit. We're doing a lot of origin stories here. I want to know, where does that come from?
The Pikachu outfit comes from my ex-girlfriend / friend, Taylor, who it used to belong to her, but she gave it to me, and she just happened to give it to me at this festival we played at called People Fest.
Oh, yeah.
Which a lot of people have probably heard of around here.
Over at Driftless Music Gardens?
Oh, yeah. And I don't know. I thought it'd be funny to wear it during our set, but it was such a bad idea because it was like the middle of August.
Yeah.
And it's just like a woolen
and you're
suit.
playing drums.
I'm playing drums,
right?
Yeah. And it was like when the sun was setting, so it was like when the sun was at its most intense.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to get to is how often, because you've worn that at the past couple shows that I've come and seen you guys at.
Oh yeah, and I mean for like cold shows, it's perfect.
Right,
but.
Yeah.
I don't know. It made a good Facebook profile picture. So
yeah, there you go.
I would say it was worth it.
Well, hey, there's a good transition to my next question. What do you guys have any good tips for staying cool this summer? Keeping that sweat off? Because I know every time I see you in the Pikachu onesie, for anybody who doesn't know, he's got a full onesie on that is Pikachu. And every time, because I've played shows before, I'm thinking, wow, I'm sweating in not even close to that. That's getting hot.
Yeah.
That's getting real hot. What do you guys have any tips for people coming out?
I'm going to go to the beach every day and jump in the water.
Okay. Get in the river.
Maybe pop on down to Zesto's.
They got some cones. They got some sandwiches.
Look at that local plug.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Plug.
Beer equals water in those scenarios. They're the same.
Sure.
They're interchangeable. So remember that.
Don't listen to anybody that tells you different.
Yep.
I love it.
Let's bring back the ice bucket challenge, but for something silly this time.
You have to go buy a onesie from a anime character and
that's right.
do it in that way. Well, the live shows, because you guys have been playing a lot of these songs live, as I said before. I don't even know if I said that during the interview, but I was listening to the album all weekend, and it's kind of, I'm singing along to half of the songs. I'm like, oh, I know this song. But hearing them, in the studio is such a difference. I wanted to know what you guys had, if you've noticed some big differences in mixing them, like in the creative process, versus playing them live. I'm sure it's got to be a bit different.
Like Trouble Talk, for instance.
Right.
Trouble Talk is wild now. And when we play it live, it's kind of like a stripped back reggae song.
Sure.
It's kind of nice.
And then you're able to add in all the little.
Yeah, it's our secret. You have to pay extra money to hear the songs live different and then recorded different.
Right. Well, that's the move. Well, Ollie Swan is a good example of that, I think, of being very different live versus the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We like to throw a lot of effects on our vocals and stuff in the studio and get everything bouncing around and get a bunch of synths in the background. But hopefully we'll figure out how to do that live too someday.
on the way there. Ollie Swan, what's the name behind that? Like, where does that come from?
So, like, in 2017, maybe, we put this thing out on Facebook where it was like, if you bought our album or something, we'd put we'd put your name into a drawing, and like whoever we pulled, we'd write a song about them.
Oh, for real?
And we pulled out our friend Oliver Swanson's name. Nice. And have just been sitting on this song for years. And now we just decided to put it on this album because it's a fun song to play, and I think it came together really well for what it is.
Right.
But like
a one song.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think we should definitely just see how long it takes him to realize what it is, and not directly tell him.
So he doesn't even know.
I doubt it. I think we might have told him at some point, but again, this is like 3 years in the making, so
right.
I don't think he knows.
He moved away for a while, right? So I don't know when the last time we've seen him is.
I have not seen him in years.
No.
There's a line in there, moving out of state. Is that where that? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I'm putting things together here.
Got our buddy.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. Let's give the people a listen to Ollie Swan off the new album Lightninging from Karate Chop Silence. 89.5 KQAL, The Sound.
I've been moving out of state. Oh yeah, some 300 miles away, and you got me feeling like I just might take a break. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's springtime, everything feels alive. Singing hot songs, love struck me, spit lullabies. But I don't want no simple things. At least one I feel like I know you. Caught myself drifting today. Oh yeah, I thought that I should get away, but you got me thinking I don't see why I should stay. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. All this time wondering why I'm alive. Singing hot songs, love struck me, spit lullabies. But I don't want no simple things. At least one I feel like I know you.
That was Ollie Swan from Karate Chop Silence. We have them live in the studio with us tonight. They have a brand new album came out already called Lightninging. It's available everywhere. You got to go check that out on all your major platforms, your streaming services and whatnot. We're going to play YCSTF in a little bit, which I one of my questions when I was preparing for this, because I was like, I should probably have some structure here, was where's that name come from? And then I listened to the song for the second time. I was like, that's a dumb question. You Can't Stop This Feeling. I figured that one out as well. I wanted to use this song as an example, or just like as a way to kind of talk about your guys' songwriting process and what that looks like. I know that's like the most typical question to ask a band, but you guys have such an original sound and such original music, and I'm just curious if you could give us a rundown on how you guys would go about writing a song like You Can't Stop This Feeling.
Well, this one was a good one because Dante and I were living together at the time, and we kind of came up with that little jam he was just playing piano, I was playing guitar, I think, but we decided that we wanted to write a song about the Sandlot, so we did some extracurriculars, sat down and watched the Sandlot, and then I wrote the lyrics based off of Squint's love for Wendy Peppercorn.
That's baseball, baby.
That's baseball,
We
That's
both
awesome.
had notebooks out, I think, and we were taking a bunch of notes throughout the whole movie, trying to
A serious
pull cool lines out of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. That's going to
Jeez
put a whole
Louise.
new
He
meaning
says
to
that when he
it.
sees her.
Nice. So how does the original idea come? You're just like, I love that movie. Let's write a song about it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it.
Sit
Right?
down.
I think that we had the "You Can't Stop This Feeling" line at first, and then we were thinking of how that could possibly fit into some characters we knew, and then. And
Wendy, she's the lifeguard, right? Okay. Well, that's obviously the best thing to write a song about in that movie. That's a classic.
There's that great line, or Mason does a really good job of like making the references to the Sandlot really subtle, but like if you know what it is, you're kind of like, oh, that's cool. But speaking of the lifeguard, like, is that I like the oblique reference with now I'm totally blank on the line.
Resuscitate Your Love?
Yes, that one.
Nice. When he's doing the fake pass out.
Yeah.
Getting that sweet kiss. That's awesome. Well, now we can all keep our ears open and try and put two and two together while we listen to it coming up here. This is YCSTF, otherwise known as You Can't Stop This Feeling. Karate Chop Silence in the studio with us tonight for the sound. You're listening to 89.5 KQAL.
Never felt like this before. I can't breathe when it gets too deep. Give me life, give me love, can I get close? Long shot, but I hit hard, getting thrown out. When I come round, you're the one I wave at, and you wave back. Drive me crazy when I say that you're all I want. Jeez, Louise, I can't stand it. No, please, oh, please, grab my hand and never let it go. Can't believe my eyes with a sight. Never felt like this before. I'm swinging. Got my eyes on the prize, and I waited all my life, I'm singing. it's only natural to want a guy like me. Resuscitate your love, and baby, you might see I knew just what I was doing. Keep your breath and my gun brewing, yeah. Chase a dream like the legend of the beast. It's the bottom of the ninth, I'm swinging. It's the bottom of the ninth, I'm swinging.
That was YCSTF. You Can't Stop This Feeling. You now can put that one together in your head. You're listening to The Sound on 89.5 KQAL. We have Karate Chop Silence with us in the studio tonight. They have a brand new album out called Lightninging. You can check that out everywhere that you check out music. And we're gonna talk to you guys for a little bit more here, and then play one more song. Thanks for coming in once again. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are a rare type of karate in that most bands I can kind of figure out whether I like live or studio music more. Like, for example, we just mentioned the Grateful Dead, Grateful Tacos. Like Grateful Dead, I love live. I prefer their live music usually. But someone like Rainbow Kitten Surprise or something, I'd prefer them in the studio. But I can't figure it out with you guys because I feel like you kind of translate that live feeling into the recorded music as well, which is cool. But that being said, I know we all miss the live music. How excited are you guys to kind of get playing here again?
Really excited.
I'd imagine. Yeah, and everything being closed, but we got a lot of stuff opening up. Like Midwest Music Fest, Karate Shop isn't playing Midwest Music Fest, but Doug Boodle, which Neil, are you a part of Doug Boodle at all? I guess
it might be for that show on some sort of auxiliary percussion, so I can get it for free.
Sweet, there you go.
Neil once played a ladder.
Fraud that I just admitted to.
Yeah, that's okay. We're in the future, remember?
Yeah, yeah. Coming up in 10 days here on the 15th.
It's all behind us.
Right. Played a ladder. Let's talk about that for a second.
At a People Fest or Bonfire at Driftless Music Gardens. I can't remember, but Doug Boodle had a show, and Neil was up there smacking away at a ladder and some tin cups, I think.
So you're just putting a mic up to a ladder and
the sound guy
for the whole show.
Less than enthused.
Right.
I brought some measuring cups because you can get an interesting ting sound out of them, and I had no idea how to practically set those up on stage. So I just grabbed a ladder from behind the stage and used some gaffing tape to tape them up.
Oh, I see. The ladder
It was truly a dumb thing, but I have a story now.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. You guys are playing People Fest this year, aren't you?
That we are.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Over at Driftless Music Gardens. And then they have a lot of good shows. A quick plug for Driftless Music Gardens because they have a full summer lined up here.
Shout out.
Yeah.
People Brothers Band, man.
Yeah.
They're the real deal.
They are. They're awesome. I'm going to, I think I'm going to go to Bonfire. Frogleg has their weekend in the hill. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, wearing their shirt right now.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we'll be there.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll all be out at Driftless a couple times then this summer. Good stuff. That's going to be a good time. We're going to end the show with a song that I think is a great example of the live music experience that you guys kind of translate into the studio versions of your songs. We've been playing it already for a couple weeks now, and now it's available everywhere for anybody that wants to listen to it. Mm-hmm. But before that, I want to say thanks again for coming in, and the album is muy bueno.
Gracias.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Everybody check out Karate Chop Silence on Spotify, Apple, everywhere, I'm assuming.
Deezer.
Go
TikTok.
to Deezer.
Our songs are available on TikTok. Do some dances.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Ice Bucket Challenge to You Can't Stop This Feeling.
Bring some awareness to Pokemon and change the world. Also, listen to Lightninging. That was kind of my point with that everywhere. And check out the YouTube videos that we've been talking about tonight. Also, check out, you guys are involved in a lot of stuff, like Doug Boodle we mentioned. DJ Ramble is out around town. Yeah, just keep your eyes and ears peeled and keep playing Winona. Never leave.
Well, we're pretty much stuck here for at least 5 years.
That's good news for me.
Not leaving anytime soon.
We're gonna end it with Desperate Housewives here on The Sound. You've been listening to 89.5 KQAL, and we appreciate you tuning in. Tune in every week for The Sound, Wednesday nights at 6. And quick plug for my show, tune in to The Underground on Sunday nights at 7, where we also talk about local music and just play some local tunes for a couple hours. Thank you all for listening, and enjoy Desperate Housewives by Karate Chop Silence.
Oh!
Thanks again to Karate Chop Silence for joining us tonight on The Sound. To hear the new album Lightninging, search Karate Chop Silence on Bandcamp or your favorite streaming service. For more deep dives into local and regional albums, tune into The Sound every Wednesday night at 6 right here on 89.5 KQAL. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and we've just heard from Karate Chop Silence with their album Lightninging on The Sound. Thanks for listening to The Sound. The Sound is produced by KQAL FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us online at kqal.org. Theme music for The Sound provided by Mike Terrell of Fires of Denmark.